At the start of the movie, a group of students are getting ready to take a photograph. One of them, Tim Taylor, cannot control his laughter, which causes the image to blur. The annoyed photographer orders him to remain silent, and he obliges for a few minutes. But when the principal arrives with his funny mustache, he loses it. Tim's laugh causes the entire group to explode into laughter, and the picture is eventually ruined. Tim is a bright young kid who lost his mother at an early age and has only his father as family dad, works for a construction firm, but the money is barely enough to keep them afloat. Despite this, Tim always has a smile on his face. His best friend is Ida, the daughter of a bakery owner. The two love going to watch comedy movies on a regular basis. Ida has a leg impairment since childhood, but Tim's smile always motivates her to remain happy in life. We also get to know that Tim and his father are very close. They regularly attend horse racing events and place bets on them, as it is their hobby. One day, Dad surprises Tim by introducing him to his new stepmother and her 14-year-old son, Erwin. The old man hopes that he will be delighted to have a full family, but things quickly turn sour, for little Tam Erwin insults him and also destroys his late mom's present. Despite the evil boy being at fault, the new stepmom defends him and instead orders Tim to apologize the following morning. Ida asks Tim about the bruise on his face, but he quickly brushes it off by saying that he had an accident at home. Later, they go to see a movie, and every comical part makes Tim scream and laugh. Hearing him laugh, everyone else in the theater starts laughing as well. This shows Tim's positive influence around others. The next day, Tim is with his dad at the racetracks, and they win a bet. They collect the winning amount happily. And on the way back, Dad bumps into a weird-looking man wearing dark sunglasses. Tim looks extremely happy to be around his father, but little does he know that it was going to be his last meeting with him. In the next scene, there is a funeral held for Tim's father, who died while working on a construction site. Despite the tragedy, Tim's new stepmother looks to be unfazed and doesn't even bother getting a good tombstone for him. After he gets into another altercation with his greedy stepmom, Tim flees the funeral and arrives at the place his father loved the most. The racetracks there, he discovers a coin, and as he tries to pick it up, the same weird-looking man arrives next to him. The man claims to be one of his father's friends and offers Tim a pre-filled slot. He also invites him to bet on West Wind, his favorite horse. After a grueling competition, West Wind manages to emerge victorious, resulting in Tim winning a huge amount from his bed. While collecting the money, he breaks down in tears and decides to get his father a respectable tombstone. But before he can do so, two thugs round him up and steal his money with a simple magic trick. Poor Tim only learns of the theft when Baron Louet, the same weird-looking guy, informs him about it. Baron then lends him another 5 nickels and asks him to meet at the racetrack the next day, the following day. As Tim is about to depart from home, his stepmom asks him to get some cakes for her. He refuses at first, claiming that he's going to be late. But when she threatens to kick him out, he agrees. Tim then goes to Ida's bakery, where he is reminded of the money he owes them. He jokingly responds that he will rob the senator and repay them. Later, he arrives at the racetracks and waits for Baron. But when the guy doesn't show up, Tim falls asleep on the bench.